on resiliency-focused deep-in infrastructure. I started a research lab called Roach. I also founded something called Ocelot Labs. Actually, the community DAO that made the proposal for Celo to become a layer 2 on Ethereum came from us at Ocelot. So this is a topic that I've spent a lot of time arguing on forums about, and you guys can go find those. Proposal 43, Celo Forum. It went down. But yeah, now can I say without further ado? Are we basically there? All right, cool. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce Metis DAO and let them, here you go. Let them tell you a little bit about what they've got going on with layer 2 solutions. I don't think you need this.
Well, while we're getting ready with the setup, maybe I will get us going, so we keep on schedule. Hello, everybody. Have you ever wondered why we have GM, GN abbreviations, but we never say GA? So good morning, good night. My theory on that is that it's all been created by the people who love their siestas. So they sleep through the afternoon, and they never have to say it. But I'm here on stage in the afternoon. I'm awake, and I hope you are awake as well. And therefore, GA, everybody. My name is Natalia Ameline, and I am a decentralization coordinator with Metis Foundation. So I was listening to a lot of speeches this morning, and what I noticed is that all of them had the same theme, or touched on the same theme, which was the importance of decentralization. And I'm super excited that the theme is catching on, and I'm going to double down on that. As I mentioned, I'm decentralization coordinator, so you may be wondering what the hell is that? In fact, everyone in Metis Foundation has the same title, and that is just emphasizes how much importance was placed on it. And the main role of decentralization coordinator is to coordinate implementation of strategic vision of the Metis Foundation towards the fully decentralized ecosystem. Most of us, when we think about decentralization, we immediately think about the network and importance the decentralization creates for the network in terms of preventing the security issues and preserving network from the single points of failure. But though this is very important, and today, I don't know, you maybe heard the speech of Elena earlier today, and she talked about the threat that all L2s share today in the form of single sequencer, which is basically makes all L2s extremely centralized. Later on, we're going to address that, and you're going to learn more about it. But I would like to focus today on the other side of decentralization, the human side. And this is also very difficult not to crack. So thinking about the decentralized ecosystem, we frequently think about the governance and how to govern your ecosystem in a way that it can be truly decentralized. And this is one of the major roles and major projects that we have under the umbrella of Metis Foundation. Designing this governance system which will help our ecosystem to thrive in decentralized way in many years in the future when I'm not here, these guys from Metis are not here, and it's just all left for the community. And when we think about this, we think about what we see today in a governance in the different ecosystems that creates this risk of centralization. Number one thing we see is voter apathy. You probably all heard about it. In fact, there was a research done recently which showed that across DAOs, in terms of the governance, only 20% of token holders participate in the decision-making process through the voting. 20%, think about it. For comparison, in the last US election, participation rate was 52%, which is not a very high number if you think about it. But in comparison to that, 20% really makes us not very democratic. Secondly, you think about the participation of small guys versus whales. Again, another point of the reference point from the research. Today, 90% of voting power is concentrated in less than 1% of hands, which basically makes like us the worst authoritarian regime ever. Because basically nobody votes and it's all controlled by less than 1%. Very scary thought. And these are the things that we have in mind when we are designing our governance in the ecosystem. We are placing a lot of focus on creating the incentivization mechanism for community members to contribute, stay engaged, get engaged, and we are doing it through the creative revenue sharing models that we will be setting up. In addition, in order to create more equitable governance, where everyone, including small guys, can make their voice heard, we are creating the two-layer governance, which actually helps us fight the typical problems that are exhibited in an ecosystem where we only have a single token-based vote. In a dual system, we have one half, which we call commons, and there anyone can create a proposal, create a group based on their interest, for example, or join the group that somebody created for the interest, and thus pull together the voting power and become a stronger voice and amplify their vote in the community, which helps to offset the louder voice of the whales. Also, we have a second part, which is the econodes. They are also second layer of this governance. And econodes will be responsible for evaluating the proposals, implementing proposals, and creating the counterbalance, making sure that everyone is aligned and moving in one direction towards the same future. You probably already heard about Metis econodes. We have currently 5, but there will be very many more. Today we have layer 2, we have ZKM, we have Chorus, we have P1X, we have Nuvo. All these econodes are building blocks of our ecosystem. They consist of the core developers, key core contributors. They consist of different interest groups, and all of them work together and exhibit one behavior. They have a proven track record, which is building towards the better, stronger future for the ecosystem and having the ecosystem interest at heart. Today, I am super happy to present you the lead of one of those econodes, specifically layer 2, which is our network, blockchain network, layer 2 solution. And he's over here, Tom Nyo, and he is the lead of this L2. And he's here to tell you super exciting news about what is going on in L2.
Round of applause, please, for Natalia, Ameline. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. So before we start, I would love to answer a question, a very, very important question. A question that's so important, it seems like it's the most asked question to me from Metis. Do you want to know what that question is? Yes. It's a question that's burning in everybody's mind, but they don't dare ask. So when I'm at these events, everybody comes up to me and asks, "Hey, Tom, how's it like working with Vitalik's mom?" Well, the truth is, she's probably one of the most professional, committed, extremely bright, down-to-earth person I know in this industry. So round of applause for Natalia Ameline. We owe a lot to Natalia. Without Natalia, there would be no Vitalik. Without Vitalik, Ethereum probably wouldn't have been the same. It leads to a point that I wanted to discuss today. L2s. How it plays a major part in this industry. Without L2s, our blockchain experience would not be the same today. "99% of the L2s currently in the ecosystem today are still operating under a centralized sequencer." Think about that. 99.9%. So why are L2s important? L2 scales Ethereum. L2 reduces gas fees. L2 enhances what Ethereum is supposed to be. L2s also open up amazing new use cases for gaming, trading, SocialFi. The thing about this industry is when we have innovation, it takes a while for the rest of the industry to catch up. But now, today, it's more prime than ever. We're more prime with amazing protocols, dApps, middleware, infrastructure that can support what Ethereum's L2 are meant to be. Decentralizing a sequencer mitigates risk of single point of failure. It bolsters censorship resistance. It is the essence of decentralized economy. What else? Decentralizing a sequencer can drive an economic ecosystem. It opens up distribution of value, of power, resources. It helps enhance sustainability, opens up native staking. And the key thing, it aligns common value for all stakeholders in the ecosystem. We're pleased to announce to further enhance that experience, we'll be working with EigenDA to further expand what Ethereum L2s are meant to be. We'll be working with EigenLayer to explore and pioneer this space. With EigenLayer, we have high data throughput. We'll leverage Ethereum security layer. We'll open up dual staking and high composability with AVSs in Eigen ecosystem. Beyond that, Eigen, which is a huge topic today, is opening up a whole new liquidity layer that Metis is proud to be part of. As we speak of liquidity layer, this is an emerging name that we're excited to announce. We'll be working with Renzo, allowing native restaking of LRTs on the Metis ecosystem. So we have decentralized sequencer, data availability with EigenLayer. What else? We need interoperability. Today, I would like to announce we'll be working with Chainlink CCIP. Give it up, Chainlink CCIP. So what does this mean? Chainlink CCIP will allow us to be a super fluid blockchain, an experience with deep liquidity, fluid experience for the user. This opens up DeFi primitives where you can lend cross-chain, optimize yield cross-chain, enable RWA cross-chain, interact with other cross-chain protocols as well. So we're super excited about this announcement. So all this tech talk, it's exciting, but you have to add some game to it, some fun. One name comes to mind, in this industry, when we talk about gaming, a team that has been through it all and is still here today, a team driven by purpose when they were first conceived, a team that don't need much introduction. Dreamer.
Ooh, 2 mic. Hello, everybody. You might be asking yourself, what in the world is Dreamer from DeFi Kingdoms doing on stage with Tom and Metis? Well, I'm going to answer that. About an hour ago, there was a tweet that went out. That tweet was of DeFi Kingdom heroes through the Metis account, and people were scratching their head. Wait, what's going on here? What are they hinting to? I responded to that tweet, said, I'm going to come on stage and set things straight. Well, before we do that, from the start of DeFi Kingdoms, there's been one question. A question that comes up every single AMA, it seems like. It starts with the word when, and it ends with the word PvP. When PvP? Well, today, the reason why I'm here, the reason why I'm excited to talk about Metis is we have an answer. We have a deal and we have a partnership that is going to bring to DeFi Kingdoms and all the players today and the future players to come, player versus player, active gameplay. Give it up. All right, so Metis has some pretty cool IP. Greek mythology. Metis is the Greek goddess of wisdom. Now, where do people historically fight and compete for glory? What place comes to mind? The Colosseum. We are going to be launching and building this year, partnering with Metis, the DFK Colosseum, where we will travel from all of the realms existing on Avalanche and Clayton currently to put the heroes' grit to the test, to compete, to bring sponsors, to bring esports, to bring streaming, and overall competition, glory, and new rewards. We are so excited about this. We will share more in the future, but I just want to say thank you to Tom. Thank you to Metis. Thank you for all of the foundation and everybody, all of our new friends that we're going to make. When we show up to events, when we show up to chains, we make a big splash, and we really keep splashing no matter what the market's doing, and that's what we intend to do here. So if you could join me in a big PvP to come, bullish!
Thank you, Dreamer. So, how is it? Sorry. So how is this all possible? Metis recently launched a $4.6 million Metis Ecosystem Development Fund. This fund has inspired and brought on amazing partnership like DeFi Kingdom. And we're looking for builders, infrastructure providers, end users. If you have a creative idea, come join an ecosystem driven by passion, amazing builders that will work alongside you to spur innovation. The key thing about innovation, it starts in these micro ecosystems, like Metis, for the whole industry. These innovation drives, inspire other ecosystem. You see that with Friend Tech, soon League Tech on Metis. You see that with many trading protocols that are inspired and really trickle to other ecosystem. Metis EDF Fund was created for this reason, all driven by a decentralized sequencer that will drive economic value to support builders, end users, infrastructure provider, paired up with EigenDA and Chainlink CCIP. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for lending me your ears, your time. I'm with Metis. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, thank you. That was Metis.